What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing? Welcome back to the live stream. It's been a little while. How's it going, Oprah? Spoiler alert, Rufio Boof. How you guys doing? Today's going to be a fun stream, I think. Let me just move some of my windows around here real quick. And make sure my chat is working. There we go. What's up, Eke Lux? How you doing, man? There we go. Now the chat's working. Calm and smooth and news-like. Well, I try. I certainly do try. All right, let's see here. So today, we're just going to go over some videos that I came across in relation to justice. This is the justice stream. So we're going to be watching some police body cam footage. And I'm going to go over and do some commentary, some social commentary perhaps, some police critiquing that I've been thinking about while I was watching these videos here. So as always, if you'd like to join the stream and talk about something or bring up a topic, you can follow the link in the description here. You can message me on there, in the Discord, or on Twitter. How's the pizza from your school? From what I remember, when I was in school, the food was always trash. Yeah, a comfy stream for the meantime. I had messaged someone who wanted to come on, but I don't know if he responded. How I join? Well, if you want to join, you'll have to join the voiced channel in the Discord. But I'll be doing stuff like that here in a little bit. So, hey Glockenkon, how you doing? It's a little trash like hard bread, you know? Yeah, I feel that. The food was always terrible when I was in school, thanks to George Bush and Barack Obama. Both of them kind of screwed up the school system. I used to put peanuts on my school pizza just to be cool, says spoiler alert. What? What? How does that work? Not sure how that works. Not sure how you put peanuts on pizza. That sounds really weird. Not sure how that would turn out. Unless you really like crunchy pizza, I guess. That's so weird. Don't catch early streams, understand what's going on. Yeah, it's an early stream today. It's only about noon, 11:30 over here for me. But it's a good time slot because no one else is streaming that I know of right now except for fucking InfoWars, I think. Yeah. Yeah, like peanut butter, or do you just put like hard peanuts on there? Well, that's something else, I tell you. That's weird. I peaked in 4th grade, yep. That you did. Let's see here. Let me just send out an announcement. Big fun of catching in between slots. Yep, I like the in between slot. Most people aren't super busy. And most people don't stream during this time, and it's good for all the Euro bros out there. Oprah, you have to join the regular general voice chat for me to pull you down. What's up, Harambe and Guantanamo? Yeah, generally what I have to do, since I want the live stream channel to be locked so that people just can't join it without me knowing who they are. So what I ask people is to join the general chat first, and then if you're supposed to be on the show, I'll pull you down. All right. People are tuning in. So I think we'll go ahead and start with the content for today. Let me switch scenes here. So yeah, let's go ahead and get right into this. So, spoiler alert or warning here, there is going to be some violence. I might age restrict this video after it goes up. So if you're a youngin or of weak constitution, please turn away. If the volume is too loud, because these videos are fucking loud for some reason, just tell me. And I'll turn the volume down because, man, these, I don't know what it is with the police body cams, but they're so loud. Didn't hear what you said, dude. Yeah, don't worry about it, Opry. I was just talking to the stream. Hey, Moloch, what's going on? Had wrestling training last night. Pretty sore, so comfy stream sounds nice. Yeah. Yesterday, I rode about 5.5 miles on my bike, so I'm pretty tired, too. Yeah, you can join, but I'll do the guest calls here in a little bit. So, all right, let's get started with this video. This is a channel called Police Activity. So if you're not subscribed, go check out him. He's or whoever runs this channel is fantastic. Lots of good videos, lots of views as well, lots of subscribers. And this video is called Body Cam Video Shows Knife Wielding Man Shot by Ohio Policeman. I've actually been to this area before, interestingly enough. Those are rookie numbers. Yeah, well, you try riding around a city on broken sidewalks. It fucking sucks. But anyway, here's the video.
To go to Cincinnati, right?
Oh, you can't walk on the highway.
I'm sorry about that.
So you got any ID on you?
No, man.
You don't have any ID? Where you coming from?
Dayton.
You're coming from Dayton?
So what we have here is a police officer was called to a person walking on the highway, which in some areas you're not allowed to hitchhike on the highways or even walk on them. Cyclocross frames, yeah. We'll do a bike stream soon enough here. But yeah, so this guy is walking along the highway. Obviously can't do that. Single cop goes to stop him. He's like, hey, who are you? Do you have any ID? The guy says, no, I don't have any ID. Which is kind of strange because getting an ID is not hard in the United States, and you need to have one for pretty much anything. I mean, unless you're homeless, which this guy appears to be, you need an ID in the United States to do just about anything. But let's keep watching.
Where you been staying at?
Staying?
Yeah.
No, I just came and looking for a taxi company or something like that.
How'd you get down this far?
The Chinese bus.
Okay.
Somebody was supposed to bring me out there, but she didn't appear.
Okay, what's your name?
Carlos. The Spanish for Charles.
So again, we have someone with a foreign accent, so he's kind of hard to understand, and he's giving, as I understand the story, he's giving a fake name right now, and for good reason that we'll go over once we get through this.
What's your last name?
Umbrella.
How you spell it?
A-M-B-R-R-R.
2 L's? R?
E-L-A.
You have a social security number?
No.
You have anything on you that tells you who you are?
No, man.
What you got in your backpack?
So again, he has no identification. Cop doesn't know who he is. He's walking along the sidewalk. He's almost on the verge of being unintelligible when he talks. So yeah, pretty sketchy. If I was the cop, I probably wouldn't be this close to the guy. Oh, hey, Tom Anderson, what's going on, man? Let's keep watching.
Very close.
All right, let's just set it down here.
Oh, and he doesn't even have a social security number, which most people memorize their social number when they're like 16 or so, and that's pretty important to do if you want to, you know, have a normal life in the States.
7 King 11, code 6. 7 King 11, I'll be southbound 75 at the 14 over 9. I'll be out with one subject that was walking. Keep your hands out of your pockets for me.
There's the other thing is this guy, it appears to be, it's either spring or summer, and the guy's got on a heavy coat, a knitted hat, and he's got his hands in his pockets. So that's immediately should be something to worry about, because he's either trying to hide something or he's just crazy. Yep, hey Reef Trigger. Yeah, we're just going over some fun body cam videos with police.
Here, let's walk up to my cruiser real quick. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have you place your hands on the back of my cruiser. I'm going to pat you down for officer safety.
Now see, this is the first thing that this guy should have done when dealing with someone who doesn't have any ID, doesn't even have a social. He's walking along the side of the road. He appears to be homeless. Like I said, he's wearing the wrong clothes for this time period. Even in Ohio, that heavy coat, you would be sweltering. So something sketchy going on. The officer here definitely should have detained this man and made the situation a bit safer right from the get-go, which is what he's doing right now.
I'm going to pat you down for
Give me up!
Okay, so we have confrontation. As soon as he goes to secure the suspect reaches in his pocket and pulls out a large knife. I believe it was 12 to 18 inches. And the officer disengages and draws his firearm. Now, in the chat, before I hit play, what do you think is going to happen next? Just give me your votes now. What do you think is going to be the next frame of this video that I've so expertly paused it at? I'll let the comments filter in, and then I'll show you. I need some Jeopardy music right now for the countdown. He's gonna get Murricud. Hey, Froya, how you doing? Social Security was promised all the social number would never be. Yeah, exactly. Spoiler alert. They said that the social security number would never be used as identification, but we all knew that was bullshit. Bear attack. He gonna be dead. He's gonna get Murricud. Pew pew. He won't shoot. Oh, Froya thinks he won't shoot. Press F in anticipation. Yeah, exactly. Okay, I think the voting is clear. Some people say that he's going to shoot. Some people think he's not going to shoot. Let's find out.
Give me! Now!
7 King 11, shots fired, shots fired! Star Mid Squad, I shot one, he has a knife!
Scarce is going to show up, yeah. So if you didn't catch it there, he did fire one shot, center mass, and then backed up and maintained distance. So he didn't get Murricud, but he did get shot. And obviously this is an attempt to suicide by cop because the guy's screaming, "Kill me, kill me." He is brandishing a weapon, and he is charging towards the officer now. If I remember correctly, the one shot that was fired was center mass, somewhere in the stomach region, and he didn't go down. Well, he went down for a second. Now he's getting back up. And this is the big problem I have with this video. Yeah, he's mentally unstable, definitely mentally unstable. I don't feel bad for him at all, though. The weird thing is that he didn't get Murricud here. The cop does not shoot him any more than this. Just the one shot to maybe put him down, which is strange. And the comments are praising the cop for holding back, I guess, which is weird because the guy's got a knife. He's charging at you. Keep watching and listen to what the suspect is saying to the guy.
I'm gonna kill you! I'm gonna kill you!
Sir, get down! Sir, get down! Sir, get down! Get down! Get down!
Kill me, motherfucker!
Get down! Stay down!
Kill me!
Stay.
So the officer's trying to give him commands, and the suspect is saying, "I'm going to kill you, I'm going to kill you, kill me, kill me." And this is where I'm not sure what kind of training this officer went through. Not to disparage him, but as soon as the guy pulled a knife, he would have gotten 15 rounds center mass if I was a police officer, because that's an indication that you have an intent to physically harm or kill the officer that's detaining you. I don't know why the officer didn't just mag dump into the guy. He was only 3 feet away. And if you've ever gone through self-defense training that involves blades, if you are within 3 feet, you are most definitely in the kill zone. If you're within 10 feet, you're still in the kill zone. If you're within 15 feet, you have just stepped out of the kill zone, because some people, if they're fast enough and they're good enough with a knife, they can lunge at you, fatally wound you within 10 feet before you can get your weapon drawn and before you can get off a couple of shots. Yeah, some people say it depends on where you are, but it's 15 to 20 feet depending on where you get your training. For most people, it's going to be 15 to 20 feet. Yeah, so I don't know why the officer didn't just mag dump into the guy as soon as the knife came out. You know, that's primary information. You can look at it secondarily and say, okay, the guy's mentally unstable, but how are you supposed to know that right off the bat? You know, the guy draws a knife on you, you're not going to sit there and think, okay, he just, you know, he's got a mental condition. No, you're going to fucking mag dump into the guy because he can kill you in half a second.
Down! Stay down! Stay down!
See, he's already put one shot into the guy, and he's just, he's not at full force anymore. He's stumbling around, but the threat has not been eliminated. And if you've ever gone through concealed carry training in the United States, if you're going to draw and fire your weapon, you continue to fire until the threat is eliminated.
549. Stay down! Stay down! Drop the knife! Drop the fucking knife! Drop the knife!
So the officer is kind of wasting his breath at this point. The guy's not going to drop the knife. He wants to get killed. And now they're blocking off traffic. So traffic is already bad enough in the United States. And now they're blocking off the damn highway, which is just ridiculous. Like, if he had just ended the threat on the side of the road, okay, block off a lane or two, keep the traffic flowing. But now they got the whole fucking thing blocked off, which is a real pain in my ass. So, and well, it pretty much goes on from here. I mean, yeah, I would be afraid too. Guy's got a fucking big ass knife. But the weird thing is, like, he's obviously afraid because he's got an attacker with a knife, but he doesn't shoot. And he keeps entering the kill zone for this knife and cannot keep him at distance until about right here. But it's only because the suspect is on his knees.
Get down! Get down! He's hit! He's hit once!
Should have been hit 10 times.
Sir, get down!
I mean, obviously the guy has mental issues, but why keep him around? I mean, why does it matter that he got 1 bullet or 10? I mean, because this guy survives, spoiler alert, this guy survives, now he has to get arrested and he has to go through the court system. He's going to waste taxpayer resources. I mean, it seems like the trade-off, you know, a couple of bullets versus tens of thousands of dollars in, you know, tax money spent. It seems like the better alternative is about, you know, 1 magazine worth of ammunition. That's my opinion.
Get on the ground! Watch your back!
Yeah, you don't shoot people in the legs. You shoot center mass until the threat has been stopped.
Lynn! Watch your back, Lynn! Get down!
Now the suspect's just walking away. He's walking back to his police car. It's like, I don't understand what's going on here. So that was the first video that I wanted to give some comments on. Come on, chat box. Play nice, chat box. I don't know. It seems weird that I know so many police officers and they just would have ended this guy. And we'll look at some other videos where much more lethal force was used against some other situations that you'll see. The video goes on for another 10 minutes, but nothing happens. It's just him in a confrontation with this crazy guy. Honestly, for you, like, even if you shoot them in the legs, they can still get up and charge at you. Like, you'd be surprised how resilient human beings can be even while they're shot. This is why police training and self-defense training always tells you to end the threat as soon as possible. Shoot center mass, you know, get a Mozambique drill going if you can. I don't want to watch 10 minutes of like someone shouting at a crazy person with a knife. The action's already done. Let's move on to the next video. Now this one is very interesting.
Do you have anything illegal on you, guns?
And it's about 7 minutes long, so we'll go through this one. Are the Dutch white? I don't know, man. You have to ask the Dutch guys who are here. This one's a little bit more violent. Yeah, I know. I haven't brought it up yet, Opera. I'll bring it up here in just a sec once it's ready. The title of this video is Body Cam Shows Police Fatally Shooting Man in Las Vegas Shootout. I should mention the guy from the first video was actually wanted he was a murder suspect, and I believe that he was charged with the murder of his landlord over like a rent dispute or something like that. So he'd used a knife to murder his landlord. So that same knife that he pulled on the officer probably was that knife he used to kill someone with. So if you need a reason why it would have been justified to use lethal force after the fact, that would be a good reason why. It's like, this guy's already a murderer and now he's pulled a knife on you. Yeah, he's going to try and kill me, and I'm going to defend myself. Alright, so I'll start the video here. I told you what the title was.
Do you have anything illegal on you, guns, knives, drugs, anything like that? No? Okay. Why don't you step up? Why do you want me to step out? What's that? Why? Because we're trying to figure out what's going on, why you're sleeping here and stuff like that, and we're getting calls on you. So, okay, well, I'm just asking you to step out, man. I don't understand though, like, really, like, why? Why? Because I'm going to do my business over here. I don't like doing it over here. You've been fiddling around everywhere. You don't know where your ID's at and stuff like that, so I want to do it out here. Don't be fiddling around.
Okay, so here's a huge issue that I have with people. This guy, he's been sitting in, I believe, the side of the road, parked on the side of the road, which is fine, but he has been in his truck, probably sleeping there for a couple hours, I don't know. And people get angsty when they see strangers parked in front of their house, asleep in their car. I've had the police called on me because I was waiting to pick someone up and parked in front of their house. So it does happen. So that's a fine reason for the police to stop someone and say, hey, you know, what's going on? What are you doing here? We got some reports about you. That's perfectly fine and legitimate in my eyes, making sure that someone does not have any bad intentions when they're parked outside of somebody's house. However, the officer comes up to him and he says, hey, you're fiddling around in your truck. This is, you know, not something that you do around police. Everybody knows this by now. And if you don't know this, you're a fucking dumbass. You don't go rifling around in your stuff in your car while you have an officer near you, because this is a clear indication that you're trying to hide something, you're trying to reach for a weapon, something like that. It's suspicious as all hell. And this is the reason why the police are so suspicious of him, because he's acting suspiciously. And now he's going to pull the defense of, well, I'm not doing anything wrong, so I don't have to get out of the truck. No. If an officer asks you to step out of your vehicle, you are 100 times better off if you just comply with the officer's demands, because most of the time it's nothing. They're not demanding anything crazy. So just watch how this guy acts when ordered to do something by the police officer.
I know where it's at. Well, I'm telling you, don't be looking around.
I'm just looking. Okay, we don't want you to dig around. That's why we're pulling you out of the car.
Dude, just get out of the car. Just get out of the car.
Why get a car? You don't get to ask why. You comply with the officer or they will physically remove you from the truck. So, and the other thing is, you can't really tell from the video until later, but the driver's side door is actually broken. So the officer is trying to reach in to open up the door and remove him. They have probable cause to detain this person at this point. He's not complying with the officer's commands. They can remove him from the vehicle if need be. And it is dangerous to have someone who's in a lifted truck rifling around in their stuff, and you're just trying to have stop them at a traffic stop. So,
like, come on, dude. Like, really, I'm not doing anything wrong.
Okay. Why? We never said anything. You were doing anything wrong. We wanted to do your stuff out here. We wanted.
Why?
Like, why don't you just tuck me right here? Why don't you just tuck me out here? Like, what the hell? Why don't I get pulled out of my car? Because we don't...
Tom Anderson says, I hope he got deported. Well, the title of this video is Police Fatally Shooting Man in Las Vegas Shootout, so...
We don't know what's in here. We're going to ask you to come over here. You guys asked me for my ID. I got stuff everywhere. Look. I got stuff all over the ground. I got stuff everywhere.
Again, this guy is acting extremely suspicious. He's reaching around. He's grabbing for stuff. He's showing people stuff. This is not something you do around police. And people wonder why the police shoot people all the time. It's because of shit like this. For traffic stops that end up like this, that you'll see.
Come on. Dude. Really? Come on, dude. Like...
And he's trying to stop the officer from opening the door. You don't do that because now you have escalated the situation in which the police think that you're hostile and they're going to use more force to make you comply.
Why are you going to do that? Just relax, dude. Why are you going to do that? Just relax. Just come outside. Come on, man. Like, step to the front of the car. I'm not doing anything bad. Okay, then let's go over here and everything will be good. Everything checks out, all right?
So what I'm thinking is this guy probably has warrants out for his arrest for anything. Could be anything. Drugs, parking ticket, wanted suspect, doesn't know. But he's not complying with the officer. So if an officer stops you and you have warrants out for your arrest, you're going to get caught whether you run, whether you don't comply. You might as well comply and act like a decent human being because you're going to get caught anyway, and it only makes things worse when you don't comply with the police because things like this happen.
Why? I'm not doing anything bad. I mean, come on. Look, I mean, I know this guy. Do you know this
We
guy?
want to positively identify you. So
we want to just come out here and talk to us. All right? It's not a big deal.
Your wall. We don't want you digging around. We're going to ID you over here.
Look, can I? No, not right now. Right now, in a little bit. I swear to God, it's right here. I have my wallet. I have my...
Just step out of the car. Why won't you step out of the car?
I'm just saying, it's right here.
Hey, Zyklon B. Peterson, how you doing? Yeah, civility works wonders within the legal system. I have gotten out of at least 2 or 3 tickets because I was extremely civil with the officer that had stopped me and acknowledged that I had done something wrong at the time and just said, hey, I screwed up. I'm really sorry, officer. And all the times I got let off in different counties and all things like that. So police just want to have a little butt fuck, you know? Yeah, pretty much. Just let them have it.
Look. Stop going in places. Look.
That's the other thing is that if you're going to open up your center console or your glove box or reach down into your door, you need to tell the officer that you're going to do that or ask them permission to do that, because if not, you're going to have weapons drawn on you. That's the thing, because how is the officer supposed to judge whether or not you're not reaching for a weapon? His instinct it should be to assume that you are going for a weapon because he cannot react in time to save his own life before you have drawn a weapon. So it's perfectly justified for the police to act like this. He's being suspicious. We got a call about him. Now he's not complying. We're going to physically remove you from the vehicle.
Step out of the car, man.
Why are you guys trying to get me out of my car, dude?
Because it's safer for us. We want you out of the car. Hey, stay over there, man.
Dude, why? Relax.
And the funny thing is, this officer here on the left appears to be Hispanic, so, you know, claims of racism or anything like that just don't really hold true in this instance. It is Las Vegas, by the way.
I'm not doing nothing
Yes,
bad.
you are. You're not listening to our command.
Do you want to get tased? No, I don't want to get tased. Okay, then
open
come
the
out.
door and
Hey,
just
watch
step
out.
in front of our car, man.
Oh, because the door's all broken, look.
Okay, just open the door.
Well, come out. Can we get another unit? Subject to freezing.
No, the driver is not a white guy. He's Indo-Hispanic, I think. Very tan skin, short, fat. But as you can see there, I don't know if you caught it, but the driver pulled a gun and fired at the police officers, and they responded in turn by firing back at him. So let's keep watching.
Shots fired, have been hit! Shots fired, have been hit!
Mr. Mimir says, in the UK, the guy in the car would have already macheted the cop and received knighthood of the Queen for services to diversity. Holy shit. We'll say, it's nice to see the police carrying a P226. Great firearm.
Over the channel 3 stands 22 at 4185 West Hollywood.
Expedite medical, I've been hit!
So, spoiler alert, the officer who the camera is on right now, he did get hit, but his vest caught the round, and he ended up with severe bruising on his lungs, which is why he's coughing and spitting up right now. I believe it's on his left side lung in the front. But he did live. He didn't really have any serious injuries. He went to the hospital and things like that. So, what's up, Landon? Good. Yeah, I agree. But what we're going to do now is we're going to skip ahead and we're going to review the footage from the other officer that was there at the time, because he also had a body cam. So we're going to get a second look at exactly what happened here.
It'll be good. Everything checked out, all right?
Oh, the second officer who we're reviewing his footage right now, he did get shot, but it bounced off of his service belt. It was like a glancing blow onto his service belt, and he actually didn't sustain any actual injuries from it. So.
Why? I'm not doing anything bad. I mean, come on. Look, I mean, I know this guy.
We want to positively identify you, so we want...
Officer Chunky over here, the first guy that we reviewed footage from, got hit right above his arm, right there, in the left side, right in his vest.
Just come out here and talk to me. All right?
Since you can't find your wallet, we don't want you digging around. We're going to ID you over here.
Look, can I no, not right now. Right here. It's right here. I swear to God, it's right here.
Just step out of the car. Why won't you step out of the car?
I'm just saying, it's right here. Look. Stop going in places. Look.
I don't know if this guy is like Wings of Redemption's brother, but he keeps saying, look here, listen. So, I don't know. Just,
Step out of the car, man.
Dude, why are you guys trying to get me out of my car, dude?
Because it's safer for us. We want you out of the car. Hey, stay over there, man.
Dude, why?
Just relax.
I'm not doing nothing
Yes,
bad.
you are. You're not listening to our command.
okay, so I'm going to slow down the video here to 0.5, I think should do good. Turn off these annotations as well. Look, pow. Mocking people with guns. What's up, Counter Shell? How you doing? All right, so the video is now slowed down, and let's review it. I'm getting the surgery.
The door's all broken, look.
Okay, just open the door, man.
Come out.
So I don't know if you can catch it there. I think the camera is too far off. Yeah, I don't think that the camera actually caught the footage. There's going to be some much better videos here in a minute that actually catch the footage, but Yeah, these are the other ones. Hiding behind that old ass Benz right there, yeah. So what happened was I believe the one officer that got hit in the chest plate, he ended up firing 3 shots, and it hit the suspect in the head, one of the shots, and so he was dead instantly after the first couple of shots rang out. So if we go down here, yeah, 25-year-old Miguel Salas died from a fatal shot to the head. Yeah, he basically forfeited his life by pulling and shooting at 2 police officers. So I'm just reading this here. So this is what the police have to deal with. Normal traffic stop, guy's a little bit indignant, won't get out of the car. Then all of a sudden, he pulls a gun and shoots both of the officers. Luckily, they didn't have any... they didn't really sustain any injuries, but this is why, I mean, people always ask, oh, why are U.S. police so trigger happy? And it's like, because of shit like this. The guy, he just pulled out a gun 1 second, 1 second he's just being a bit indignant, won't get out of the car. Next second he's got a gun pointed at you and manages to fire off 2 shots before going down. This guy sounds like a version of Doomguard who isn't filled with rage 24/7. Should have tased him long ago. I don't know what the training is for that. Whether it's advised to tase someone and then get them out of the car. I have no idea. It's hard to say. Yeah, no more taxpayers for that guy in jail. So let me pull up the next video here. Oh, this is a funny one. I love this one. This is a great one. I think what the guy did, and it's hard to tell, but he probably pulled out his gun and then like reached over the side of the door, because remember he's in a lifted truck, right? So he probably aimed down and hit the officer in the chest and then went to shoot the other officer, but again glanced off his belt, and then he fired, I believe, a 3rd shot. No counter shell. I can't play any live leak videos on stream, although there's a whole bunch of good ones out there. This is a really funny one though. So the woman, the suspect in question here, this is a woman. She has been shooting at cops. She continues to shoot at the cops in the video, and then she gets a nice little taste of justice right afterwards. So let's go ahead and watch this.
She's running.
You can hear the shots ringing out right there. If you didn't catch that, I'll rewind it.
Running.
I don't know if you caught that, but she has a gun in her hand. She's firing off shots at the police. She aims it at the officer that's coming after you. Fucking savage ass cop just runs her ass over. Hell yeah. Oh, it's fucking fantastic. And then now we'll see the video from a different angle. Boom, hop that curb. Ran her ass over. Oh man. Fucking GTA 5 over here. She got some equality. Comment says, you should never hit a woman, so just run her over. Yeah, so another case of a woman who forfeited her life, and the cops used forced to stop her. Now she's running around in public, firing a gun at police officers, and because she's running, it's going to be a little bit harder to actually get into a firefight with her where you can return effective fire. So this is the reason why the cop takes the initiative of just stopping the threat by any means necessary and runs her ass over, which is a sweet, sweet drop of justice. And the person, the woman here, does die of her wounds from getting run over and getting shot a couple of times, I think. So yeah, justice served. Nice, sweet, short little video. Yep, totally justified. Now let's look at... there's another good one. This one, holy shit. This one's also really funny. Let's see here. This is gonna get struck for community guidelines or something. Fuck it. I mean, the videos are on YouTube, so it doesn't fucking matter. It's not like the guy who uploaded this owns the videos or anything. Police dashcam videos. She was probably on meds. Probably a druggie of some kind. I'll put the advisory up because this one is a bit graphic, so let's go ahead and watch this one. This one is called Police Fatally Shoot Suspect After Dragging Cop by the Leg. This is footage from the apartment. And then in the lower left, you can see the footage from the body cam.
Hello. You called me? What's happening? How you doing? Want to step back? Just the front, don't.
Now, the weird thing is that the officer's body cam is actually censored completely, so I don't know what the hell is going on in there, but essentially this officer was called for a domestic disturbance of some kind, and stops a male. Yeah, and this is a commentary stream. This is the whole reason why I'm doing this. I've got my chat up, I've got my background, so no worry about copy strike or anything like that.
Point at me, man. Step back.
Step back for who?
Step back.
For who? For you?
What's his problem?
No, that's for this. What you say? What you say?
problem?
Say it again. Say it again.
What is your fucking... Hey! 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 Send 94! Send 94! Get him down!
So now we have a confrontation between what appears to be a large black male, and the cop is relatively short. He would be considered manlet tier. He's like 5'5" or something like that. Can't really tell. He's really short in comparison to the suspect, which in most cases means that you're at a significant disadvantage and more lethal force is going to be used against a threat that is larger than you. So yeah, and I'm surprised this guy didn't just go for his gun right off the bat. Goes for his taser.
Back down, man!
Taser, it looks like both of the nodes connect to the guy and the taser goes off, but no effect on target. Absolutely no effect on target.
What is wrong with you? Stand down!
Nice emoji, spoiler alert.
Stand down!
So, this guy, he just slaps the cop to the ground. Yeah, tasers are super ineffective. Countershill says. Super ineffective. I mean, both nodes have to contact and implant into skin in order to close the circuit. So, there's a reason why they fail so often, is because they're just not that effective. His inner Joe Pesci, yeah. So the cop gets slapped to the ground somehow. I'm not sure. Maybe he loses his footing or trips backwards. But just watch this. He's getting manhandled by this guy. Like, what? How do you get into this situation?
What is your problem? What is wrong?
this scene is so fucking pathetic. Like, dude, you're getting manhandled like a child here by this guy, by the suspect who assaulted you. So horrible training and cowardice. This guy should not be a police officer. First of all, I don't think that he's physically capable of being a police officer. I'm not the tallest guy in the world, but if I was 5'5", I would not be a police officer, because I've seen some big motherfuckers that get into trouble, and there's no way I'm going to be able to arrest those kind of guys if I was 5'5", Jesus. Yeah, so essentially if I was this guy, I probably would have drawn and fired after being physically assaulted by this guy. But let's keep watching.
What is wrong?
What's wrong with you?
I don't know. You just tell me. Let go of my leg. Let go of my leg, sir.
I mean, this is liberal policing in action, where you try and give the suspect like some leeway. You know, it doesn't work. This is how you get hurt. Yeah, Countershell, I would agree. Most cops are here to make this money for the state, which is why I'm not a huge fan of cops. I'm not like one of those thin blue liner types. I just think it's funny watching justice get doled out. Please, sir, let go of my leg, please. Do not assault me, please. Here I think this is like the funniest part of the video. You see the cop car over here in the top left? Watch what the cop car does.
Let go of my leg.
That cop car just drove right by. Fuck it. He just left. He just drove out of frame. Like, holy shit. He said, nope, I ain't helping you.
Let go of my leg. Dude, they're coming. Let go of my leg. Let go of the leg.
Yeah, fucking Super Troopers over here.
All right, we won't. You tell me what is the problem. She calls me and you just go off.
Okay, so here comes another officer with the... Is this in the UK? No, this is in the US, unfortunately. Anonymous says another Tyrone's got John on the ground again. Holy shit. So this officer has the right idea, but terrible execution. One, he's got his weapon drawn, but he's got it one-handed. Secondly, he is willingly closing the gap with the suspect, who has already physically assaulted another officer. If I was that officer, I would have backed off to a safe distance, properly positioned myself and my firearm with two hands with the suspect in sight, and told him to stand down, drop the officer, get down on the ground. I don't know why he's approaching the officer with his gun in one hand, which can easily be, knocked around or taken from him, and he's closing the gap on someone who is probably, physically strong and has already manhandled the other cop. So, very weird behavior by these police. Okay, now he's got a better stance, and he's going to start opening the gap between him and the suspect. Puts his gun away for some reason? I'm not sure. What, are you going to fight him? So, yeah. Yeah, his stance just looks all, real fucked up. I'm not sure what he was doing there. Could have just been nerves. Perfectly legitimate excuse and reason. Weird things happen. Your training tends to go into auto mode when you have bad nerves.
No response from that unit as well.
And the correct course of action was finally served.
Remains inventory.
Suspect goes down but is not dead. Let's watch that in slow motion, shall we? Three shots, center mass, right as he's been instructed to. Instructed to do, sorry. That's how you stop a threat, and the threat was stopped. So let's watch that one more time. One shot, center mass. The weird thing is, though, when the cop takes the first shot right here, he lowers his gun for some reason, and usually when you're effectively trying to kill someone, you don't change aim if you're trying to fire center mass. It's just kind of weird. Something I noticed. Yeah, again, probably just nerves. 2 shots. Suspect is down. Ayo, hold up. Bang, bang. Yes, pretty much.
From that unit as well, it remains inventory.
And the suspect does not get up again. Let's see what happened. I think he was just shot. Oh, no. Fatal encounter. They're going to shoot you. Yeah, he did die. Okay, so the suspect did die here. Get wrecked, Mandingo. Yeah. Yeah, the great thing about this video, well done by the uploader, Police Activity. Go subscribe to him, by the way. Multiple angles here. Fantastic work. So, yep, waste of taxpayer money. Let's go to another good video here. Oh, this is a funny one. Farm equipment retired. Holy shit. You guys are savages. Yeah, Opry, the whole stream was just about, you know, just kind of hanging out and watching some videos, doing some commentary here. So, this video is called Body Cam Footage Shows Deputy Shooting Suspect Armed with a Rifle. So, we will see that. Pretty short video as well. Oh, is it still on speed? Okay, no. Now look at how the suspect is positioned. He's got his SUV here. I believe it's a GMC Yukon. And he's like half in the lane and half on the emergency lane. Fucking dumbass. I never would have let that fucking stay. That's already suspicious enough. First mistake, at least a mistake from my point of view. Again, I'm not a police officer. I don't know what the strategy really is here, but he goes to the passenger side. Maybe it was to avoid being out on the road, but yeah, let's see what happens. Essentially, by walking around on the passenger side with only one person in the vehicle, you allow the suspect to get out of the vehicle, either make an escape or go for a weapon, because the suspect is no longer in your line of sight. And he says, I'll come around. Why? Just go around the first time. Yeah. Guy's got a rifle. But the weird thing is, the guy with the rifle doesn't use it to shoot. He throws it at the officer. What is this? Okay, let's watch this in slow motion, because this is just fucking weird. So again, the officer does not have the suspect in his line of sight. The suspect is allowed to have free reign over the interaction. He gets out of the vehicle with a rifle, and had the suspect fired the rifle, the cop would have been dead. Very dead. So let's watch this in slow-mo. So you can see the guy has a rifle. Countershill says he probably didn't have any ammo. Who fucking knows? It's still funny as hell. Yeah, this guy's obviously a lunatic. He's dressed like a thug. And then let's watch the officer's reaction. Amazing quick draw on that officer. I don't know if he had his hand on his gun already, but look at how quickly from the very second that the officer notices that the guy has a weapon until when he has the weapon, his own weapon drawn. It's about a second, which is pretty good. Good training on this cops. And he took a first shot very quickly, which is right now. I think the suspect actually saved himself because when he threw the rifle, the officer's aim was slightly off, and so the suspect only sustained a shot directly to his hand. I think he fires another shot right there, but it misses. And yeah, every police officer needs to wear a body cam, and the body cam needs to all of the video that's taken during encounters like this need to be released to the public domain. 100%. That needs to be a requirement. So yeah, the suspect will go down. He's got an injury to his hand. Good on the officer. Daniel Shaver in Mesa. This one is hard. Not all cops are good ones. Yeah, not all cops are good. Trent Cooper with the Littleton Police Department, which I believe is in Colorado. Sheila Jackson Lee. Fucking Sheila Jackson Lee, man. Yeah, you know, you wonder why police are so jumpy. It's because shit like this happens all the fucking time. What's another? Oh, this is a good one. This one's pretty famous. Probably most of you have already seen this, but... Ooh-wee. Let's see here. Got a message here real quick. Hold on. And there's some fucking construction going on outside. I'm sorry, guys, if the mic quality is bad.
Did they forget about you?
No, I'm waiting for them to come back.
Oh. What's your name? What's your name?
Is there a reason?
Yeah. What's your first name?
Is there a reason, sir?
Yeah, we're looking for a guy that looks just like you.
Look like me?
Yeah, what's your name?
Why are you looking for me for?
So the police have been called because they're looking for someone who matches the description of the person in the vehicle. The guy is sitting out in his car in the front of what I assume is his house, and he's in the back seat, kind of suspicious, and of course they're looking for this guy, so they're going to ask for his name. Notice the suspect immediately dismisses that and ignores the command to give his name, so pretty suspicious. What's up, Pravada? We're just watching some body cam videos.
It's an easy question. I just need to know your first name, man.
Well, sir, I'm just waiting.
I just need to know your name, man. Well, sir, I'm just waiting. Yeah, that's not the command that you were given. Just give him your fucking name. Unless you have something to hide. I mean, unless you don't want the cop to know your name. But here's the thing. If the cop wants to know your name, he's going to find out your fucking name.
That's,
Okay.
Can't be looking for me.
You sure? Positive?
Sure.
Okay. How long have you been growing those dreads out? How long does that take?
It actually takes longer than people think.
So here, I mean, the officer here is just having a nice, friendly conversation with the suspect. So, no real issues here. They're not being hostile. They're not using unprovoked force against the guy. They're just having a nice conversation until they can check who he is. Oh yeah, let's fucking watch some Sovereign Citizen videos. Holy shit.
Yeah.
It takes way longer than people think. Like, people would think this is...
Do you have to do something to him all the time?
It's really just a twist.
Okay, so I'm going to skip ahead a little bit until the action starts. Oh, excuse me.
Gotcha.
1938, go ahead. Do you have a chance to run that plate?
So, something happened in the vehicle with the suspect, and shots were fired. So, let's go ahead and review exactly what happened.
That's TV, not reality.
So the guy says, you don't have a search warrant, you can't go in that guy's car. Well, that's TV, not reality. They have probable cause, and they're going to physically remove the guy from the vehicle. Like I said earlier, if the cops suspect you of doing something, they have the right to detain you and remove you from the vehicle by any means necessary. So that's what they're going to do. But look what happens.
I'm sorry.
Put your hands on top of your head.
For what?
Put your hands on top of your head.
So, much like the other guy in Las Vegas, this guy says, for what? For what? What'd I do? And it's like, it doesn't matter. The cops are going to get you out of that car no matter what you did. There is no defense against getting removed from the vehicle. That's just what the police are going to do. And good thing this video is in slow motion. The guy has a gun in his waistband, and he's going to reach for it right now. Very blatantly reaching for the weapon as well.
Don't be.
And so he pulls a gun, and he does fire a shot at the police. You can see where the shots are going exactly. Yeah, pretty much on target. Not too bad of a shot. Good on the officer. He retreats accordingly when the gun is pulled. He returns fire, and now he's returning to a safe position behind cover, which is the Dodge truck over here on the left.
1978 emergency traffic. We got some shots by our suspect.
He's going to fire off some more shots because the suspect is returning fire, I believe. And at this point, the suspect has left the vehicle and has been struck multiple times.
Don't move! You okay? You okay? You okay, Lyles? No, he's still got the gun. Wait, Lyles, get this way.
So he's still got the gun. They're trying to get him away from the gun.
Lyles, get this way.
And now let's watch another angle. There's 3 angles, or 4 angles to this video, actually, so.
That's TV, not reality. I'm sorry.
The time sync for this interaction will be the That's TV, Not Reality, by the way. So the suspect, this officer that we're watching from his perspective right now, can't see what's going on, but he's going to take quick action.
You're under arrest, my friend.
Okay, let me back it up and slow this down so that everybody can see this. That's a gun. Very clearly highlighted and silhouetted.
You're under arrest, my friend.
Oops. No, come on, you bastard. Very clearly some kind of revolver. No, I'm not going to play the Daniel Shaver video. That's a fucking disgrace. What happened to that guy? Bulwark says, to be honest, I think city cops go through far more shit than most soldiers. I'm a veteran saying this. Yeah, it's not surprised. Like we've been reviewing, all of this stuff, you know, it happens on a daily basis. As you can see, very clearly a gun. Now, quick thinking officer here, who we're reviewing from his perspective, pulls out a taser and tases the suspect. Which, I mean, if he'd gone for his gun, that would have been a little bit better to stop the threat, but nonetheless, quick thinking, and he got the taser out, and that's why the suspect was screaming. You can hear the guy screaming because he got tased.
Get behind cover. Watch your back. Watch your 6. He's still up. He's still up.
He's gonna fire some more shots, and then we've seen the rest of the video. So let's watch it from this guy's perspective now.
Put your hands on top of your head. Put your
Just
hands
do
on
it.
top of your head. Don't. Gun!
Gun, he's got the taser out already. Realizes this is now a deadly situation involving a firearm, so he goes for his gun. Pulls out. Fires shots through the windshield to the suspect. Good, on target. I believe he fires 4 or 5 shots.
Stay down!
So the one thing I don't understand about this is that the guy in the car must be so retarded that he's going to think that he can get away with pulling a gun on not one officer, not 2 officers, but 3 police officers that have him completely surrounded and have access to their firearms. Do you really think that you're going to get away from the police? And this is why I think this is justice, because he pulls a gun on them.
Don't move! Raise both of your hands!
So now the suspect, they've returned to their patrol cars and they've retrieved their AR-15s. And they're telling the suspect to get away from the weapon. But he's been shot a whole bunch of times, so no surprise he can't.
Raise both of your hands!
And that's the end of the video, for the most part. There's only a couple seconds left. Nog logic. Yeah, pretty much. But this is what police have to deal with. Yeah, he thought he was Kangs. He definitely thought he was Kangs and could pull, you know, he thinks he's fucking, what's that character from that video game? The fucking High Noon guy from Overwatch, what's his name? He didn't do nothing. He just pulled a gun on cops. Yeah, it's like you want to die. Like you pull a gun on not 1 officer but 3, you are going to die. Let's find out if this guy died. I don't know. Yeah, he died. Okay. Okay, so the suspect got off 4 shots before the officers returned fire. About 15 shots were exchanged, and yeah, the suspect did die. Oh, and the suspect had a criminal record. He was charged with assault with intent to murder, and he was eventually charged with assault with intent to do great bodily harm with a firearm. So, oh, McCree, yeah, that's his name. It's McCree. So this guy basically thought he could try and be McCree and fucking take out these cops with his revolver, but it didn't work. So, incarceration costs, yeah, it's like $60,000 a year to incarcerate someone. It's like why should we have to pay that to house this undesirable? Good riddance. If you guys want to send in video links that you want me to watch, you can message me on Twitter or Discord and link down below. So, so I feel so bad for him. Oh, poor boy, didn't do nothing. He was a good kid. He was on his way to invent peanut butter and traffic lights. Yeah, exactly. Cop proceeds to pull taser. I think he already had his taser out, and he didn't have his hand on his gun. I think that's why he went for the taser first. Po' boy was reading his shit. Let's see here. Every chance. Oh yeah, holy shit. Here's some good ones. Cops didn't have to shoot in that situation. Yeah. I mean, that's what happens in every situation where a cop shoots somebody. They say they didn't have to shoot him. It's like, no, he pulled a gun, he fired off 4 shots, and then the officers returned fire. What the fuck did you think was going to happen? Okay, Opry sent me a link. What is this? Jumping over a cop? Let's see here. What is this? Hold on. What an idiot. What the fuck is this? This ain't justice, this is just someone being dumb. Here's a good one. Woke sets you free. This is from the channel Legends Alive. America's Dumbest Criminals Compilation 13. For those of you who are not aware of what life is like in America, this is going to be a good little look into it.
We're going to go check out the car. It was going about 2 miles an hour in the lane of
I love these videos so much.
traffic. What's up?
Okay, he's out. He's out. He is out.
So you have a guy who's passed out in the front seat of his car, and he's rolling through the median, and he's going to bounce the curb here.
The vehicle's going into
on the
westbound
median.
lanes. Sheriff's office. Show me your hands.
Show me your hands.
Show us your hands. Put your hands up.
I went to a bar and probably had like 2 beers.
This motherfucker just said he had 2 beers, but he is like drifting through the median. Yeah, this is a tour of America, basically.
How did your car wind up here, stopped in the middle of the median?
Well, I might have pulled over after the sirens.
So
This guy says he had 2 beers, but he's in the middle of the road. His car is drifting. He is knocked out. Another neurosurgeon. Yeah. This guy's another doctor in the making.
They turned on the lights and sirens and you pulled over and stopped right here in the median? All right, stay like that until I tell you. Now, when I tell you...
He cannot even stand straight. Like, he is just fucking wobbling all over the place.
Step over this way.
I'm not,
we're gonna skip that. All right. But if you understand the instructions, go ahead and begin whenever you're ready.
So basically the cop's just doing a basic sobriety check. All you have to do is put one foot in front of the other, heel to toe, and he puts his foot forward and then he fucking falls backwards.
Feet together. I want you to lean forward at the waist, put your hands behind you like that. Close your eyes and say the alphabet for me.
So all he's doing is bending over, putting his hands behind his back, and saying the alphabet.
One more time, please.
A, B, C, D, E, F.
This cop is fucking slick as hell. Go ahead and put your hands behind your back and say the alphabet. Oh, no, I'm just going to arrest you instead.
Understand it's your birthday. Just gotta make better decisions, you know, man?
So, yeah, it was the guy's birthday. He gets drunk, he gets in the car, and he goes driving. I have no sympathy for drunk drivers. I think the penalty should be harsher for people who drive drunk. So, justice served. What's going on with Kayla, guys? You guys talking shit about Kayla in the chat? Should I get her on the stream to defend herself? What's going on? Y'all let me know. I mean, let's just keep watching. She's being subversive. I haven't heard about this. If you'd like to tell me about that, you can either put it in the chat or send me a DM. I'm not sure what that means in this situation. Glockhoon lost his wrench. What?
Female said her husband's got a knife and he's kicked in the door. He's trying to get into the house. Get down, lay down on the floor.
Oh, I can't do that.
Why?
You can lay on the ground, dude.
So the cop's getting called to a domestic. They've got the suspect here. He says, I need you to get on the ground. He says, I don't want to get on the ground. Fucking dumbass.
Why am I here?
Why are you here? Probably because I threatened my wife. Oh my God, you little pussy. Here.
Motherfucker's being so indignant. Like, you threatened your wife with physical violence. The cops come. They give you a simple command, man. Just get on the ground, put your hands behind your back. If the cops ask you to do something like that, just fucking do it. Don't be indignant like this guy, because you're going to get your ass beat.
Thank Mama, take my hand. You kick me in the chest. Yeah, at least put my goddamn shoes on, police.
We'll get your shoes.
You don't get to make orders at this point. You are arrested. You're lucky that the cops just don't use their baton and split your skull open, pretty much.
No. Because last time you got no.
For people who have verifiably physically assaulted their family, and I mean this with proof, you know, not just women making false allegations against someone. I think that if there's definite proof that you have beaten or physically abused your family, you should get a baton in the head.
No!
Get in the car.
Officer Chunk over here. Motherfucking, his head looks like a smoked ham. What's up, CD13? What happened? I just got here. We're just watching some police justice vids. Just having a nice little hangout. It's Friday. Week's over with. She's been anti-First Amendment in America. That can't stand. Well, it depends on what you mean by First Amendment.
Hey, no, look at me. Look at me. Look at me in the
Sergeant Neck Fat. Yeah.
No. Hey. Oh, I like that, don't I? Push him in.
Yeah, I mean, if she cares about stream money, I guess I don't really donate that much unless I have a chat, and I've never given her any money. But if it's something that they need for their livelihood and you enjoy their content, yeah, give them some money. Big Block, you got to work tomorrow? That sucks, man. I actually have this weekend off.
Hey, get the hobble.
Yeah, so now this guy is he's probably really drunk or on something. So he's banging his head around the cop car. Mr. Fahrenheit says, I'm the most yeehaw American, and even I'm against freeze peach. I will never let communists speak in my country. Yep, that's exactly where I stand as well. Anti-national rhetoric will be considered domestic terrorism. Yep.
Oh my God! Hey, get the hobble!
Definitely agree with that.
Oh, he can't get it. He can't get it. Look, he's stressing. Look at his face. Look at it.
His brain cannot take alcohol, and he gets very...
So, obviously this woman has visible bruising on her face, so it seems like the domestic threat was legitimate. I would want to investigate further, but this guy is a fucking scumbag. Justice has been served. Give them money, oh boy, what would good old Varg say? Yeah, pretty much. For the most part, I agree with Varg on that. I don't really like giving internet people money unless they really deserve it. Unless it's something that they're doing professionally. Clown World. Yeah, Clown World.
Very crazy.
People sit out in their cars and do drugs out here. It looks like we've got two in this silver Passat right here. Let's get out and see what's going on with them.
Suspicious activity. What is your opinion on the Golden Dawn and the National Socialist Movement? The Golden Dawn is pretty based. I would support them in Greece. I think they have done a lot of good work. They've been slandered in the media quite frequently. Most National Socialist movements are pretty ill-informed, I would say. Most of them are just small groups of people who... they're not on the right path, let's say. I don't agree with much of their strategy. The message, yeah, for the most part, we agree on everything, but their strategy is just terrible. Yeah, shekel begging is really embarrassing. Yeah, the Nordic resistance movement is great. Love those guys. So what we've got here, we got some suspicious activity. We got some people parked outside a motel. And they're just going to investigate.
What are y'all doing in the back of the car right here? I know you. I know you.
We're just talking.
What are you talking about? I know this girl right here. What are you doing in the back of the car with her?
Busted. The cops already know who this whore is.
Just chilling. I come to talk to her.
Yeah. Okay, so you don't know why there's...
This guy looks sketchy as hell. He's just look at his face and how he reacts.
Syringe sitting right in front of you on the seat. Listen, I'm just looking for a little common sense here. Okay, let's go through it again.
He looks like he's tweaking.
What's your name first?
Donald.
Donald what? Donald what?
Donald.
Officer Smoked Ham over here.
So what we're going to do is we're going to hook you up with some handcuffs real quick until I can figure out just who you are.
This is the other problem that, you know, we've seen time and time again on this stream. Just tell the cops who you are, because if you don't, they're going to handcuff you, take your wallet, and find out who the fuck you are.
Oh, there you are. That's your ID right there. Is this your purse?
Yes.
Okay, we'll see what's in here. Am I going to find anything illegal in here? Oh, we got here a kit full of syringes.
Oh, what do we have here? See you later, Bull Rock. Have fun.
Oh, we got some more pills here.
A whole little fancy container of drugs. Oh, a little cornucopia of drugs here.
Panna, Roxy, and Xanax.
Wow, you got a smorgasbord of drugs out here.
Smorgasbord of drugs. Fantastic, I tell you what.
Right.
That's Roxycontin.
What about this right here? Is that cocaine?
No, that's heroin.
Heroin?
Oh, yeah, it's not coke, just heroin. You know, no big deal. She looks fucking like a heroin addict as well. You can just tell by the way she looks.
And what about this one right here?
That is meth.
I've never seen that many drugs in one spot. You're under arrest. Now I know why you didn't want to tell me, man. You got a burglary warrant, huh?
And she has a warrant out for her arrest for burglary. Well done. Give it up. Give it up for her, ladies and gentlemen. Not only does she have 50 different types of drugs, but she has a warrant out for burglary.
You got a warrant for burglary with a $60,000 bond.
Multiple other warrants. Clayton, 10 Roxy.
Yep, and he's got a warrant.
He's at 25 each, $250.
Money owed for drugs. Looks like you've been keeping pretty good tabs on people that owe you money. And his name's in that book as well as owing you money.
Dumb ass. Justice served. There go my sides. Yep. Look at this narcotic buffet we got here, guys. This is a big old bust. Ah, we've got another crack whore going on here.
So you pulled in here because your phone's not working. What's the parking lot here gonna do for your phone?
It was gonna.
So now we have here the down to the every minute detail the crack whore. So if you don't know what a crack whore looks like, here's a great example of one. So we have a old lady. She's looking a bit ragged. She's got on a party dress. She's driving a shitty old convertible. And she says that she's trying to fix her phone, but we'll find out. We'll find out what she's really doing.
Help me maybe put it together because I can't.
Maybe put it together?
Just look at her facial expressions. You can just tell she's on narcotics.
Sherry, I thought you said nothing was in your car.
It's not.
Where'd your crack pipe come from?
That's not mine.
Doesn't who?
She really looks bad right here. Oh yeah, that's true. She's got all her teeth, so maybe throw a couple dollars on top of that whore price.
Whose is it?
I don't know.
You don't know?
My windows were down on 19th Street all day.
And the classic excuse, yeah, the crack pipe's not mine, even though I look cracked out, and I'm acting cracked out, and I'm in a dark parking lot at night, lying about my phone being busted. Can you recover from that? Not easily. Very hard to recover from that much crack usage, I would say. Imagine paying that thing for sex. Yeah, exactly.
Right there, Juan. That's him.
Motherfucker already knows what's going down. Got his hands up and everything. That's good. At least he knows. He's not going to put up a fight, I don't think.
Get down. Get down.
Who'd he throw?
And of course he threw something. Yeah, let me get that CX in the chat, boys.
The wallet? Right here?
Yeah, it's crap.
Nice. Would you throw a wallet?
No wallet.
No wallet. No wallet. No wallet here. She's no sweet Aaron. Holy shit. I ought to ban that name from chat. If you haven't seen the Erin videos that shows her true colors, yeah, if you have seen them, you'll know why that she shouldn't be around any streams anymore, because she is a literal whore. Yeah, no wallet, no wallet.
Don't have no wallet, no crack, nothing. Not.
He didn't even ask him about the crack, but he already said no crack. That's awful fucking suspicious, don't you think?
Me, somebody else.
Somebody else. You didn't throw this wallet, huh?
I swear to God, I didn't throw anything. I told y'all what I was finna do.
His wallet was in the...
I told y'all what I was finna do. Yep. Classic excuse.
car, and thinking this guy that ran from us stole his wallet out of the car parked right in front here.
Okay. What really happened was I was coming to drop the crack off for somebody.
And obviously, yep, now he's coming to drop the crack off from somebody.
That's what happened.
And he didn't show up, or?
No, I guess not.
I mean, the wallet was right beside the crack.
But I didn't have anything to do with no wallet.
All right.
What's the deal with the knife today?
Well, let me explain this to you, officer.
Yeah, everyone hit F5 to refresh. I don't know, the encoder's having issues. I got like 1% drop frames here. Should still be live. Yep. It's not receiving enough. Video output too low. Y'all let me know if the stream's back up. Yeah, everybody reload if necessary. See you later, Mr. Fahrenheit. Take it easy. Alright, I have an unread notification. Alright, we'll go back to the video now. Sorry, I dropped about 2,000 frames there for a second. Here we go. Alright, so we're going to a new story here.
These people downstairs have repeatedly decided that they want to smoke their pot outside.
What was the point of the knife?
I wanted to ask them for onions.
I don't smell any food, any remnants of food.
I didn't have an onion.
All I smell is beer.
I'm the bad guy.
Yeah, you are the bad guy, I'm afraid.
Possible disturbance between a male dressed as a female in a wheelchair.
Possible disturbance between a man dressed as a female in a wheelchair. Welcome to the future that liberals want. 6 million frames died for this video. Press F to pay respects. But yeah, so let me go back a little bit. Let's just listen to this scene here.
Possible disturbance between a male dressed as a female in a wheelchair and a shirtless male.
Like, this is the kind of shit that you only have to like deal with if you're a city cop. What a call out, yeah.
Push me down, yes sir. You fell down. Did she get up out of the chair?
I'm not person in charge. Get me out of here, dog. Hey!
You all right?
So obviously he's cracked out, probably looking for one of those tranny hookers. Got into a little argument because he's, of course, cracked out. Not sure what state this is in. It's going to be from all over the country. Why aren't cops red-pilled yet? Most of them are, to be honest.
He's on some type of drugs. If you could, just run him to Cox North or Mercy. We'll get him the help he needs.
I am somebody you do not want to mess with.
What is this? What is this thing here? Jesus.
I will hurt you.
I don't know, but I don't know what.
That's fucking disturbing, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, sites like that are just incredibly common.
But he's on.
Okay. Okay, where's he at? Up there on the left?
Yeah, he's down here on the street.
2343, give me 94.
This is also a very common scene in America. This image right here that's on the screen, cops see a hell of a lot of this. What a great way to celebrate Pride Month. Advanced tranny AI. Holy shit. That's hilarious. Oh, man.
Or step it up. Put your hands on his side. Don't move.
See, the officer has the right idea, immediately pulling a weapon on him until he gets down. Yeah, this guy is methed out, pulling his pants down.
I am good.
What'd you have?
Some marijuana, sir.
You're under the influence of marijuana right now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You did some meth?
Yeah, it was like 2 hits. I tell you right now, it didn't have nothing to do with that.
How long ago did you...
2 hits? No, about 30 minutes ago, right before...
This guy is crazy.
When you came up, she fired up a bubble, and we hit it a couple times, and that dude tried to come up in the house. Hell no!
Relax.
No,
Relax.
it's her. No, yes, sir, I will relax.
Yes, sir, I will relax. Meanwhile, I just took 2 hits of methamphetamine.
Somebody call Brian! Come on, Richard. Yes, sir.
Sit down.
Well, I ain't going in that car.
Richard.
I feel like I'm being threatened right now because y'all, man, you're in my space. I like arm distances and stuff because I feel like it's threats. This is my beliefs. I have the right to feel this way. You are a...
It's just fucking insanity that these people, I don't understand how you get this stupid. Even I don't even think the meth would make someone this dumb.
Threat!
Relax.
I will.
You did 2 hits of meth earlier.
I smoke some marijuana. I'm a marijuana smoker.
I'm a marijuana smoker. Yeah, I don't believe that for a fucking second.
Meth! Yes, sir! My shoes and my
Victims tell me.
And you see what they have to do. They got to put a spit guard on him, put him on the wheelchair, take him to a mental evaluation.
That there was some spice involved too.
Okay, if I keep 20, why I ain't broke out?
This next one is hilarious. Yeah, the nose. This guy, just watch what this guy's gonna say.
Because you didn't get that far.
Oh, yeah. Well, soon I ain't
okay. Well, anyway.
I'm a strong guy, dude. I'm a strong guy. I could break any one of these mother windows out you ass.
Okay.
With one lick. Yeah. With one lick.
Mm-hmm. Right now we're headed to...
Low IQ individuals. Very overcompensating for their lack of intelligence. Yeah, that kind of social posturing, if you wonder where it comes from. People like this guy. Yeah.
Any one of these mother windows out you ass.
Okay.
With one lick. Yeah. With one lick.
Mm-hmm. Right now we're headed to
these people exist in the tens of thousands, probably in the millions in America. People that just, they have no grasp on reality. So, yeah, make eugenics great again.
A person armed with a weapon.
Of course, we're exchanging back and forth.
So here's another domestic. This dude can knock out the golden one. Trust him. Give me 1 sec here, guys. Okay. Sorry, I had a message. I'm not going to expose any DMs. Yeah. Exactly, Hallie. But that's changing right now.
You bitch ass like that. Whatever. But she still keeps jamming the knife at me, acting like she's getting ready to stab me.
How long have you guys been dating?
We're married. We've been
you're
married for like, what, 3 months now?
Okay. We show up because he's saying...
Uh-oh.
And you're threatening to stab him, right? And I open the door and you're holding a knife.
Busted. So this, you know, some women are fucking crazy.
Yeah, how long you say you guys been married? 3 months?
Yeah, 3 months.
Cut it off.
There's a couple deputies already there. They're asking for another deputy.
Rob, take cactus
And we have another drug addict here.
out of your hand. Drop it now.
Put it down now or you're going to get tased.
People like this, they're all over the fucking place where I live.
Robert, calm down, Robert. Put it down.
Drop it, Rob.
Taser.
You don't want me to leave this body?
No, we don't want you to leave the body,
I'm
man.
just saying. I'm an actor. I'm a poet.
Yep, and you're a good rhymer.
Okay. You didn't know it?
And you rap real good, too.
I'll shake the ear. That's all I really got to say.
Hold on, I'm saying I'll see what they want to do. Hold on, I got him.
This guy's a fucking caveman, yep.
Hey, Robert, you doing any kind of drugs tonight?
Yeah, methamphetamine.
Smoking?
And, of course, he's a meth user.
Shot it up, 20.
Okay, cool.
And he uses meth intravenously, which is not very common, to be honest.
And I said, let's do it. I smoked something. He said, no, he wasn't doing it. And I went in there for spite. Because he wasn't going to smoke with me tonight.
The cop's face tells you everything you need to know. Just watch.
Something. He said, no, he wasn't doing it. And I went in there for spite. Because he wasn't going to smoke with me tonight.
Look at the cop's face. Oh, it's perfect. We're talking about the concept of justice or just justice here. I'm actually a scholar. No, we're just watching like funny cop videos and shit like that. Just kind of hanging out. This is life in America.
Just kept saying Lil Wayne ain't got nothing on him. That's what he kept saying. I'm gonna do a traffic stop on this vehicle.
What does meth actually do to you? Why would you want to use it? Good question. Don't know that much about amphetamines because I'm not a fucking degenerate, so.
For a traffic violation.
This one's funny.
Where you heading? Right here. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why'd you circle around the block then? Do you have anything in the vehicle I need to know about? Weapons? Huh?
No.
Okay. You sure? You're a little hesitant on that.
No.
All right, stay in the vehicle. Don't get out of the vehicle, okay?
Okay.
So we've got a guy who they've pulled over, asking for weapons. He seems a bit suspicious about it. He takes a second. Yeah, let's see what happens next.
He's throwing something. Why are you throwing beer cans out?
Oh, I did?
What are you talking about? No, you didn't. There's one right there.
Why are you throwing beer cans out? Oh, no, I didn't. And then there's a fucking crushed beer can right there in the fucking, like, right next to his open window. Like, come on, man. What the fuck is this? And, to top that off...
There's something that looks like... Jeez. Keep your hands on the steering wheel. Is that your gun that you just threw out?
So he's throwing open beer cans and a gun outside of his window when he gets pulled over. Holy shit.
Put your hand behind your back. You think you shouldn't throw stuff out there like that and I'm not going to notice? Really? There's a gun right here. That's not my...
Dumbass.
Huh? That's not mine. It just happens to be a convicted felon. No wonder you're trying to ditch the firearm. Let's go get up. What up?
Yeah, so this guy is a convicted felon, and he's got a firearm on him, which you're not allowed to own a firearm if you're a felon in the United States. He got pulled over and he tried to ditch it, but he only ditched it like 2 feet outside his open window like a dumbass.
What else can I tell you?
I mean, you can tell me the truth.
It's not my pistol, bro. It's fine.
It's not my pistol, bro.
Have you ever exited a vehicle and seen a gun on the ground?
So we just ran a light.
That shit is so fucking common. You know how many felons walk around here in the city with guns they're legally not allowed to have, and when they get stopped, they either try to ditch the gun or they get caught with the gun. Either way, they go to jail, and now they've got an additional charge on top of that. So just more dumb shit that people get caught into. You wonder why the recidivism rate is so high is because people do shit like this.
License plate, and it came back lost or stolen. So we're going to try and catch up to it and do a vehicle stop. Oh, yeah. And main 15 X-ray in pursuit.
Oh, we got a runner.
15 X-ray. He's in the southbound lane. Oh, I'm sorry, northbound lanes, driving south.
And he's doing the most like dangerous thing possible which is driving in the opposite lane in oncoming traffic. So honestly, this guy is a complete degenerate and undesirable. If you're willing to drive in the oncoming traffic, you forfeit your life essentially.
We're gonna be eastbound Ridgemont. Dead end, there might be a foot pursuit.
Driver, stick your hands out the window now, sir. Stick your hands out.
Driver, open up the car door, sir. I mean, you were driving the wrong way, sir. Cars were coming at you.
I'd like to make a specific comment about this guy in particular. Yeah, the putting them on an island, I mean, they're just going to destroy the island. Why would you waste an island doing that when, you know, bullets are 30 cents a piece? Pretty easy. But I want you to look at this guy. Can you notice something about like who he is?
Okay.
Slurring his
So you're going to be
speech.
going to jail for the stolen vehicle, possession of the stolen property, the felony evading, driving recklessly, and parole violation. And you understand you put a lot of people...
So he violated parole, he's driving dangerously, he's running from the cops, put people's lives at risk. He's slurring his speech, so he's obviously on some kind of prescription pill, some kind of opioid if I had to guess.
The felony evading, driving recklessly, and parole violation.
But you'll notice, yeah, it's a gay earring too, but it's just wasted potential. Purely wasted potential. Queer rings? Yeah, pretty much. QWEAR rings? Yeah, that's pretty funny. Had this guy not been exposed to degenerate inner city urban ghetto thug culture, he probably would not have turned out like this at all. So we have a person with a whole lot of wasted potential. And this is very common.
And you understand you put a lot of people's lives in danger, right?
Oh, man.
Or maybe he's Irish. He looks, I don't know, his hair and his facial features makes me think he's descendant German, maybe? Yeah, could have been an SS trooper if there was no rap music, I think.
We're going to try to stop this vehicle up here driving high rate of speed.
Westbound Beaumont, coming up on Tyler, silver Cadillac, no plates.
Oh, 901. Oh, he's still going. He's still going.
Ace 2, 901, 901.
So this guy's running from the cops. He T-bones. Does he T-bone? I don't know. I think he T-bones somebody. Flips his car.
One rollover, Hillsdale and Frizzell.
Huge accident.
Multi-vehicle.
I just want to call my girl. I got you. Stay right.
And luckily, he survives without like a scratch on him.
I just want to call my wife, man.
He totaled my car. I know. And I'm still paying on it. Okay, you're gonna be fine, ma'am. Get him up. I can't believe he lived.
And of course, it's some dumb ghetto-ass thug.
Hey, James, who's that car belong to?
I just bought the mother.
So it's your car?
Yeah.
Why were you going so fast, dude?
I didn't even mean to, man. I didn't even know I was blasting like that, going fast.
I didn't realize you're...
No, that's a fucking flat-out lie. You know that you're going that fast because you're running from the fucking cops, you degenerate.
Going fast?
No.
Well, how'd that accident happen?
Man, I knew I was going fast then.
Were you trying to get away from us?
I'm trying to get away from the mother shooting at me, man. I didn't know.
Who was shooting at you?
Anybody, man. You
Yeah, terrible excuse.
know how fools is.
He said to run from us because he thought we were going to kill him. He thought he was getting shot at. We're going to show you kill him.
Full of it. Man, you know how fools is.
And of course, he had a gun too. Would you look at that?
Grab some gloves and throw it in a bag.
So the missing wheel off of that car is over by this tree in the bushes right over here.
I'm just glad there wasn't some innocent citizen who did.
Yeah, so someone easily could have been killed by that wheel that flew off and flew like 100 feet into someone's yard.
Coming out here to put the trash out or something.
Right now, the suspect's in custody for vehicle theft, possession of stolen vehicle, and felony evading.
So, not only is he in a stolen vehicle, he has a loaded firearm. He's probably a felon. He's running from the cops. He crashes into 2 other people. The wheel flies off. Could have killed somebody. Shouldn't have been given medical attention. Should have been a quick trial, and then either a bullet or a rope, basically. If someone's going to act like that, there is no way to reform that type of person. If you're willing to break moral standards to such a high degree, you're not worth having in society.
With injuries, which is by far the most serious charge.
Are you on probation or parole?
This is an interesting one.
Yeah. What are you on probation for?
I'm on probation. I got out of prison like 2.5 years ago.
This guy has huge wasted potential.
For bringing drugs into county jail.
Oh, no.
I know, right?
What do you...
So this dumbass went to prison for bringing drugs into a jail. He's on probation. So, and yeah, he's got meth face and all that.
Put out your cigarette and hop out and talk to me, man.
All right.
Come on over here. You don't have any guns on.
See, the thing is, this guy is being perfectly compliant, reasonable, nice to the cops.
Not drugs, anything like that with you tonight, do you?
Sure don't.
Okay, turn around, face away. I'm going to pat you down real quick. Yeah, that doesn't look good. That looks like...
Cordy says, I'm against rehabilitative justice. Actually, no. I'd actually like to increase rehabilitative justice, but only for certain things that are worth my time. Young people, people who may not know. What did we talk about the other day? I have to... I talked about it with Cultured Thug in one of the videos, but we need... Right now, we're sitting on the middle ground, which is we don't have harsh enough punishment for harsh crimes, but we don't have enough rehabilitative justice for people who actually need it. People who are addicted to drugs can and should receive some type of rehabilitation if it's possible, if they're not too far gone. I think it's a possibility because, again, a lot of this potential is wasted. They can be simple day laborers. I don't want to waste their labor. But on the other hand, we have people like that person who we just saw who put people's lives in danger. He stole a car. He's armed with a gun. He should get the death penalty as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, parents murdered their daughter, goes to summer camp. Yeah, those people should not be around anymore. I'm not going to... I don't want to live in a society where I have to subsidize their existence. And they murdered and tortured a child. Yeah, opiate addiction can be reversed with enough... you know, not even... I say with enough treatment, but that doesn't even mean you have to spend, you know, $100,000 per person or anything like that. It can be very simple. Just a labor camp of some kind where people cannot get exposed to these types of drugs. Even if you were joking, I'll respond truthfully anyway.